Cocoon and You. And it's a very intriguing plot line.
Yeah, so I'm Dallin Cerva. I'm the director of the short film Your Cocoon and You, which actually had its film festival premiere Wednesday night during the dramedy section, so we're super thrilled to be here. It's a short film about two best friends and roommates, Jed and Tony. Jed is feeling kind of lost and having kind of an identity crisis as his best friend Tony has gotten engaged. He's moving out and getting married and kind of moving on, progressing with his life. This is upsetting to Jed because he's nowhere near ready to, have those types of changes in his life. One morning, Jed wakes up and finds Tony hanging from his ceiling in a giant human-sized cocoon. Tony eventually emerges from this cocoon, and he has gigantic butterfly wings. So then the plot becomes, Jed having to decide whether he's going to try and help his friend or whether he's going to kind of revel in this moment of vulnerability and potentially keep his best friend all to himself. It's out there. It's weird, but I loved making it. The idea, what I wanted to do with this film was I wanted to try and make something that felt like a B movie, felt like early Roger Corman type stuff, but that also had a message that I thought was really purposeful and important, and kind of one of those more like life-changing type things. So it was an experiment to try and mix those two elements. We loved making it. We're happy to be here. This is such a cool fest, such a cool theater to show in. Thank you.
Any questions?
I saw the film. Good job.
Thanks.
So I was wondering, when you got up on stage, somebody asked you about it, and you said there was a real reason. It was kind of like Kafka, and you didn't really, you just wanted to have the cocoon, and there wasn't a lot of explanation for it. But before you said that, watching it, I kind of, saw the parallel between, the guys getting married, you going through a big life change, and then kind of assumed the cocoon was some sort of metaphor for that.
Totally.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because you said it. I thought you said it wasn't after the.
Well, the question was about why we didn't necessarily explain, where the cocoon came from, where the wings came from, and as I mentioned, the writer was reading a lot of Kafka. He just read Metamorphosis, and so we were kind of hooked on the idea of having this crazy thing happen that we don't really ever explain. Because in Metamorphosis, the guy wakes up as a bug, and there's no explanation as to why that ever happens. But we did like kind of how it created this, kind of symbol as we go through different metamorphoses in our lives as we change and progress. There was also this kind of weird, unexplained physical one happening to this guy. So we just kind of thought that was cool, and that was about, as much as we went into it for that.
Yeah, right. Cool.
How long did it take to shoot?
Production was 2.5 days. We shot on 2 weekends. We originally had scheduled 3 days, and then the last day was just with one of our actors, and we were able to get through it in a half day. So we actually, after production, we came in under budget and under the time frame that we were originally given. So we were super thrilled to do that as well.
Now, what kind of a budget does it take to create a cocoon?
Yeah.
And if it's a B movie type of thing, have you saved the cocoon for posterity?
We didn't. There actually was a scene in the movie where Jed, in trying to clean up and get the apartment ready for the fiance to come over, that they throw the cocoon in the dumpster. And after we did that, we're like, let's just leave it in there, because it had slime and it had all this type of stuff. So we really just kind of left it in the dumpster for whoever to discover it. Who knows where it is now. Back to budget, we were given. It's a student film, and we were allowed to have a total budget of $7,000. I think our final budget was $6,500. Half of that was given to us from the school because we submitted to be able to do it, and we were one of the 2 projects chosen. So we got half of that from the school, the other half we paid out of pocket. We got through production, did everything, shot it, and everything in under $2,000. So the rest went to post-production, film festival submissions. That's how we got here, was all in that original budget.
Any other questions?
The roommate guy, long hair, what does he do? The actor.
Yeah, Davey Morrison Dillard is his name. He does everything. He was a film professor. That's how I met him. He is young. He's super smart though. I guess when you're super smart, you can do whatever you want, right? He's an actor. He's started a theater in Salt Lake. He does the Grassroots Shakespeare Festival. Really cool theater company that does this. He writes plays. He writes film. He directs plays. He does everything and is always willing to just show up and work for free when he thinks a story is cool. So really great guy, Davey Morrison Dillard. Keep your eyes open.
All right, great. Thank you very much.